Our first 2025 Maserati Grecale Trofeo is here with a $3,700 paint job, $3,900 wheels, and $7,000 plus interior. We need to check this thing out and see what it's all about when it comes to power, when it comes to luxury, when it comes to technology, and what we are missing from the 2025 lineup when it comes to finally seeing the top trim level of the Grecale. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video where it took all the way into August where we finally got a 2025 Maserati Grecale Trofeo here on the channel, as they have really slowly been trickling into dealerships this year. But I didn't want to disappoint you guys. We got one that's spec'd up quite high. How high? Well, I talked to you about the paint job, the wheels, the interior options, those prices, and there's a little bit more on top of that. So this is a highly spec Grecale Trofeo. We're gonna take a spin around it and we're gonna see what really Maserati has been missing when it comes to a performer. You know, this is based on the Alfa Romeo Stelvio's Giorgio platform. And with that Stelvio Quadrifoglio variant, pretty much underneath the hood when it comes to this power plant, well, you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the powertrain and you're getting the overall agility of the Alfa Romeo models, but you're getting the luxuriousness and options and features of the Maserati Grecale. So with no further ado, let's check this thing out, see what it's all about. Now, biggest shout out to Maserati St. Petersburg here in Florida for letting me take a spin all around this Grecale Trofeo. Big shout out to them. Definitely check the link in the description. If you guys want to check out the inventory, you guys can check out their website, give him a call, and get this beautiful car off of this lot and out there on the streets where it belongs today. So when it comes to the Grecale Trofeo, well, this is what the fuss is all about. The heartbeat, the power plant underneath the hood that makes this thing tick. Because we're on the Giorgio platform again, same as the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. All right, so with that said, we're gonna have something that's derived on that power plant when it comes to that V6 that's derived from Ferrari, right? So it's all a trickle down, and Maserati will say this is completely in-house. But listen, I mean, come on, we see it's the same styling, it's the same. We get to that in just a moment. But with that said, let's talk about the power. Front engine, all-wheel drive, twin turbocharged, 24-valve, 3-liter V6, port and direct fuel injection. That means 523 horsepower and 457 pound-feet of torque. Now paired with the 8-speed ZF automatic transmission, we're gonna rock it from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds, 0 to 100 miles per hour in 9.2 seconds, a quarter-mile time in 11.6 seconds, and a top speed at 177 miles per hour out of this Nettuno engine. Now, of course, I like to spout off the numbers, but we should probably hear how some of that sounds in Corsa mode. Let this thing breathe, let this thing speak. Let's see what it has to say. Now, when we mention those dimensions on the Grecale Trofeo, well, we're looking at an overall wheelbase of 114.2 inches. Now, our length, that's gonna be at 191.3 inches. We have a width at 77.9 inches and a height at 65.3 inches with an overall curb weight of 4,650 pounds. So here we are, beautiful Grigio Lava Opaco. Basically a matte metallic gray. Now, we've had the entry-level Grecale on the channel just recently. They dropped the GT name, it's just Grecale. We've had the Grecale Modena fully loaded up in Grigio on the channel, but now it's finally time to get the Grecale Trofeo for 2025. I believe we've even had the Folgeri electric Grecale on the channel before we even got a Trofeo, and that was almost a year ago when they rolled out the electric version of this. So it's crazy to think that now we're finally getting the one that everybody wants. This is the car that everybody wants from Maserati when it comes to their performance, everyday exceptional SUV, right? All right, this is your daily driver that you get the best of both worlds. Speaking of the best of both worlds, we talk about that Giorgio platform and Alfa Romeo. Again, with the way that that platform works out, it's one of the best driver's cars when it comes to an SUV on the planet, right? And now you have it on the Grecale, which you've had it since the Grecale has, shown up. But now we have it on the Trofeo model as well, here for the 2025 model year, as we've known and loved it. And not a lot has changed, really, when it comes to the 2025 model year. So basically, I'm just gonna show you guys this spec that is highly optioned out. So $3,700 paint job, as we mentioned. You guys can see, in the Florida sun, it looks absolutely gorgeous. The lines in the hood coming down right here to the Maserati insignia right there with that cap that looks beautiful in blue and white. Then we come down to the front fascia, where you guys will see our gloss black grille surround with our vertical bars, obviously functional feed through, straight through. And then we have our level 2 ADAS. So we do have our driver assistance stowed in this Trident here. Now you guys will also see for the Trofeo model, well, when you get past the functional honeycomb grille, you have a carbon fiber front lip. This is strictly reserved for the Trofeo variant. Now with that said, you guys will also see gloss black around the side blade here, functional feed through there. All right, you guys can kind of see it, but that goes straight through, not just styling, but we have aerodynamics with the honeycomb grille on the sides there for cooling there as well. And then you guys have that Grigio Lava Opaco coming straight through, giving it a nice kind of shark fang look. Coming through, looking pretty good, right? Now with that said, the headlights, you guys know these lights in the Grecale with the Maserati script, the 3 porthole design when it comes to the illumination there. You have the Trident integrated there as well with the orange reflector there. And then we have the DRLs, top and bottom, with the high beams and low beams integrated in. You guys will see these all illuminated very shortly, looking gorgeous. Now you put it all together, and it's a great looking spec when it comes to this front fascia, but a lot of what you guys know for the Grecale Trofeo in 2025 as it was in 2024, just nice to look at it for once. Now we're going absolutely hard in the paint when it comes to the side profile, which is the better looking angle of this car, because first off, we talked about the Grigio Lava Opaco paint, right? Looks really cool from the side. Then you have $3,900 21-inch crowd design wheels, gloss black, black and white center cap with a Trident. You have Brembo brakes, of course, red caliper, white script, drilled rotors, and then you have Potenza Sport Bridgestone tires to wrap it all together. This is a beautiful wheel setup on this model. I love it against the Opaco paint. Now with that said, you guys will also see we have that Opaco on the wheel well, and then down the side skirt, but the side skirt will also give you carbon fiber going all along there as well to match up with the front fascia, right? Right here on the front fender, you know what we're working with today. The Trofeo badge lets you guys know we are coming in heavy with the 3 porthole design, functional portholes done in gloss black with this setup looking brilliant. The mirror cap is in Lava Opaco, same with the rest of the side profile, but you also have gloss black when it comes to the window moldings, B pillar and C pillar, and then you have gloss black on top of the Grigio Lava Opaco door handles as well. Looking really cool, right? Now, up top, big panoramic roof, so it's all glass with the gloss black shark fin antenna, Grigio Lava Opaco when it comes to the spoiler, doubled up with the gloss black accent, and then the gloss black side blades, and then you have the Trident right here with the red strike through, letting you guys know that's the Trofeo high power variant. Looking really cool with that satin chrome finish. This is a spec to remember when it comes to the 2025 Maserati Grecale. Now, the rear profile is pretty slick on this Trofeo. Let's talk about it. We have the integrated third brake light right here in the spoiler. We then come down to the Maserati script in satin chrome with the candy bar, which is Maserati calls it, in gloss black, feeding straight into the reverse light and the LED tail lamps, which we will see illuminated very shortly. Just a cool design. Now you also have the Grecale script done to match up in satin chrome with the Maserati script. And then my favorite part about the rear is this carbon fiber rear diffuser shark fin style. Looking so cool, but then it's paired with not only the gloss black surround, the Fox honeycomb grille, and the horizontal reflectors, but this black horizontal exhaust. All right, so it looks like 2 ovals, but in a horizontal shape, quad exhaust tips in black to match up with that brilliant sound you guys heard earlier. The rear profile is just something serious. What do you guys think though? Now when it comes to rear cargo, around 19 and 20 cubic feet of space with the rear seats folded up. Fold down that 40-20-40 split, and you're looking around 55 cubic feet of space, looking absolutely stunning with the privacy shade, LED lights on both sides. You guys will also see the 12-volt plug-in right here as well. You have your latches here for your seat. All right, you're also going to have extra storage with these straps on the side here, as you guys can see. And then you guys do have your fuse box on this side. Lift up on the false floor, and we have two little compartments, one with our tire inflate kit, extra accessories with our towing tools, for our hook and screwdriver there. And then underneath in the middle, our battery, because we know this setup, again, from Alfa Romeo Stelvios. Now, with that said, you also have a one-touch close and one-touch lock with LED lights on the tailgate as well. What do you guys think when it comes to the rear cargo of the 2025 Grecale Trofeo? And when it comes to fuel economy on the Grecale Trofeo, we're looking at 20, 18, 25. That means 20 combined city and highway, 18 for the city, 25 for the highway, and premium fuel is recommended for this Trofeo. Now, as promised, I want to show you guys the illumination when it comes to the Grecale Trofeo, because with this Grigio Lava Opaco, I definitely think it looks really cool with illumination when it comes to the switchback turn indicators between bright white and amber. When it comes to the high beams and low beams here, looking pretty awesome. And then you guys will have the amber turn indicator right there in the mirror cap. And then of course, the LED tails, which look brilliant with the turn indicators there as well. Sinister look when it comes to the rear profile, the illumination completely around the Grecale Trofeo. What do you guys think? Drum roll, please, as this is the most expensive interior we've ever seen on a Maserati Grecale ever. Fader Series, Rosso and Nero leather sport seats, all throughout looking phenomenal. All right, so let's talk about it. Trident right there, stitched in Rosso for the stitching, all throughout here on the outer edges. You guys will also see the chevron pattern with perforated leather. That means heating and ventilation on these seats, extra thigh support with the Nero stitching with that. This looks gorgeous. We also have our seat adjustments right here, aluminum side sill right here, and then hopping inside, the rest of the interior keeps up with that same platform. Now, this is where a lot of our money is going when it comes to our options, because $22,000 worth of additional options, a majority of it is inside. Even though I told you about the options on the outside, we have the climate package, the tech assistance package, and this leather interior, which is going to outshine those options on the exterior. Now, let's talk about the door paneling. That's going to let you know a lot of what we're working with today, like the Sonos Faber sound system with a tweeter up here. You also have it in aluminum here, and then in aluminum down here. 3 speakers set up. All right, now with that said, you have uppers done in black leather with a red stitching. You also have the 3D carbon fiber insert in the bezel here as well, with the door card done in black with the black stitching, and the red armrest done in leather with the armrest doubling in black with the electronic door opener. You also have backlit buttons here when it comes to your gloss black panel for your window controls, locks, and mirror controls here as well, with the mechanical release down here that you don't ever really need to use. Close it up, because then we're looking at something awesome. Now, I'm going to turn on the climate just one little bit, but I do have those ventilated seats on because it is hot here in Florida. All right, so with that said, this is immaculate. Now, again, $7,000 is a big price tag, but you got some good stuff in here. Every little thing that you feel feels like quality, and it is quality. But really, you guys have to make sense of the price tag for you. It is a very special looking livery when it comes to the spec, and it's something that nobody else is going to have. So really, you want to get that, very everyday exceptional daily driver specialness out of this. Even though it's a daily driver, it still has that specialness in the spec. All right, so let's talk about it. Flat bottom steering wheel. We know this from the Grecale with the perforation on the sides. We also have the Maserati Trident right there on the airbags with a nice dark trim down the center because we have a 3-spoke design. Now, start-stop button is done in blue. That is done in blue for all models of the Grecale in 2025. I think it was in 2024. In 2023, only the Trofeos had the blue start-stop. You also have your drive mode selector here between, guess what? Off-road, all right, comfort, GT, sport, valves open up, all right, damper soften a little bit, and then Corsa. Corsa mode is reserved for the Grecale Trofeo. That will bring up, obviously, that tach there is going to turn off your driver assistance, is going to turn off your traction, and that is your race mode, right? You know, so that's the one that's going to give you the most oomph. That's the one that's going to be the most involving to drive. That's going to be the most fun one to drive. And keep in mind that the Grecale Trofeo automatically comes with suspension, air suspension. So with that said, you can adjust the ride height here as well. But when you adjust between different drive modes, the car is going to move. All right, so the car is going to go higher for off-road, it's going to go lower for sport and Corsa. So keep that in mind as well. Now with that said, you guys will see we do also have behind the steering wheel big aluminum paddle shifters mounted to the column, so you always know where they are. They click so nice, they feel so good. Behind the steering wheel, you also have radio control buttons on both sides for the volume controls. All right, you guys know that in Maserati models. You guys will see on the steering wheel stocks, you do have your lane keep assist with your high beam controls here. And then you also have your windshield washer controls there as well, with your turn indicators. You do have electronically adjusted telescopic steering wheel. So I'm going forward, going down, going up, going backwards. All right, so you can do all of that and adjust the steering wheel however you would like it. Power adjust, you gotta love it. Now on the right-hand side of the steering wheel buttons, backlit and gloss black, you also have your driver assistance controls when it comes to your cruise control and lane keep, everything on this side as well. And then on the left-hand side, well, that's gonna control our digital instrument cluster. Now we have 33 inches of screen real estate between the instrument cluster, the infotainment screen, and the comfort screen. So first, let's start here. As you guys can see, the information we have here. There's a couple different ways we can change that information. Right now, where we're sitting, I can change what's on the speedo here on the left-hand side by just pressing this button here. You guys can see, we went straight to the dial. We can go to our radio controls, or we can go into the time, day, and temperature. Now that temperature is wrong. It is more than 73 degrees, I promise you guys. It is steaming hot. I think we had a heat advisory today, but that's besides the point. If you want to control this whole setup when it comes to your overall cluster layout, we got 3 different cluster layouts. You can go between classic, evolved, all right, and you can go to relaxed. You can also change your head-up display and turn it on or off there as well, but that's just by pressing the menu button here. You can also press up and down to change what we see in the center here. We're gonna load the map there, as you guys can see. Just by pressing up and down, we can change what information is in front of us, all right? So all good stuff when it comes to this setup. You also have your hands-free controls when it comes to your phone and everything like that. Now, keeping with the whole spec, soft touches on the A-pillar and the headliner. You do have a speaker right up top here as well with the soft touch dash in black with the red stitching, all right? You also have perforated black leather here with the red leather here and the red stitching there as well, and then electric parking brake right here. Now going across, you guys will see we keep with that same flavor with the perforation right here in the center when it comes to the leather, and then we're coming back in red with the stitching in the glove box here. Now, coming down here, you will see we do have our comfort screen. Our comfort screen is gonna do a lot. So the comfort screen is gonna start off, and let me see, hold on, I'm gonna get rid of that glare by using the button up top here to close our sunshade, so you guys will have a better view of the comfort screen. But this is where it all starts. First, right underneath it, between the infotainment screen and comfort screen, you're gonna see your gear selector. So, foot on the brake, reverse, that will bring up our backup camera there, and our sensors, neutral, drive, and drive manual. P for park. You will also see underneath that, we also have our clock for our digital clock here, but it also can be a compass, it can be your pedal meter as I press brake, or you can be your G meter. All right, you also see seats where we can change the seat memory, or we can change the pressure and bolstering on the sides of both seats because they are sports seats. So you can do it for your passenger and driver's side. You also have your lighting controls here between auto, you have on, then you have your DRLs, and then off. All right, now on the right-hand side, you will see we do have our rear HVAC controls, ambient lighting, which I can't show you the ambient lighting, unfortunately, because it's not dark enough. That's one flaw about this car, is that Maserati needs it to be dark in order for the ambient lighting to engage. But you have white, you have yellow, because it's the Trofeo, you get yellow, red, green, and blue. So you can change all that as well. And then you can change your ride adjustment for your ride height. Off-road 2, off-road 1, normal, Aero 1, and Aero 2 is not available. Now you guys will also see underneath, fixed to the screen here, we have our max front and rear HVAC, parking sensors, and our start-stop button with our hill descent control, and we can turn off our traction there. We also have our volume all the way on this side here for our radio controls, and we can mute it there. On this left-hand side, we do have our hazard buttons, and we can turn off our comfort screen here with our wireless charging pad underneath. Nice, beautiful 3D carbon fiber insert here with the nice Rosso going around the center console here. Extra storage with USB 2.0 and USB-C. We do have our cup holders here as well. Key fob here that you guys know and love, the new leather trident there with lock, truck release, unlock, and you also have your panic button there as well. And then you guys will see with that Rosso armrest, we do have extra storage down there. We do have a 12-volt DC plug-in with our RF transmitter just in case the key fob battery dies. Now we do have that big panoramic sunroof there, as you guys saw, and the controls for it are right up here with the glass, with the tilt and vent, and with the sunshade, with your dome light, floodlight, SOS, truck release up, everything is up here. All right, we do have our rear view mirror here as well, and then there's one big thing I haven't said, right? The infotainment screen. Maserati Intelligent Assistant, MIA, Uconnect 5, whatever you want to call it. We know this whole setup when it comes to the Maserati lineup, which they've been using it since 2021. So this system, very intuitive. Touchscreen, as you guys can see, driver profiles, very customizable, easy, user-friendly. All the great things that you guys know about the system is here in the 2025 model year. Oh, also, home link right up top here on the visor for your garage door opener. And then you guys have a mirror, visor, and light. And I've been told to do on both sides just to double check for, passengers. Mirror, visor, and light there as well. I do listen to my comments, all right? But with that said, all great things inside of this Grecale Trofeo that we know and love. It's just that this interior is a little bit pricier than others, but I want to know, what do you guys think? Is it worth the extra coin for this setup? Now, with 98 cubic feet of space when it comes to passenger volume, well, we have plenty of knee wiggle room inside of this Grecale Trofeo, and the same beautiful Nero and Rosso seating when it comes to the overall Fierce Series leather setup. I'm talking about stitched trident there, stitched all throughout in Rosso with the Nero stitching with the nice chevron pattern and the perforation all throughout with the two-tone livery. Maserati side still in aluminum. All right, hop inside. Tons of knee wiggle room, as you guys can see, behind these sports seats with extra storage on the driver's side and passenger side as well. We do have our climate screen here as well when it comes to our HVAC with heated seat controls. And we do also have our HVAC vents here as well with our USB-C and USB 2.0 plugins down there. Now you guys will also see we do have a nice armrest here, cup holders right there in the center. We do also have the big panel roof letting in the natural light, nice LED dome light there as well. And then of course the door paneling here showing off just like up front with Nero uppers, Rosso stitching. We have the carbon fiber 3D feel when it comes to our bezel insert, Sonos Faber sound system. All right, the door cards done in Nero with the stitching there as well, and Rosso for the armrest and Nero mixed in with the Nero stitching. And then we have the electronic door release with our controls right here in gloss black when it comes to our locks and window. And then another speaker right there when it comes to that Sonos Faber. I mean, what more do you want out of this Grecale Trofeo? It is gorgeous. Now let's break down the sticker of the 2025 Maserati Grecale Trofeo with the Grigio Lava Opaco paint, the Nero and dark red interior, starting life at $117,500. But after our $22,000 plus of additional options and our $1,695 destination charge with our $300 preparation and delivery, you're looking at a total price of $141,835. Now, how did we get to that price? Well, our Fierce Series Sport Premium Leather seats, those are $7,270. Our Grigio Lava Opaco paint, that's $3,725. Our 21-inch crowd design glossy black finish on our wheels, $3,970. Now we also have the Tech Assistance Package, $2,270 with head-up display, the protection for the windshield, the wearable key, and wireless phone charger. We also have the Climate Package at $1,890 that will give us our heated windshield washer nozzles, heated rear seats, ventilated front seats, and heated steering wheel. Now our Driver Assistance Package L1 is going to give us adaptive cruise control, active lane management, blind spot and rear cross path, and drowsy driver detection. But that is part of that Driver Assistance Package. There's no charge. Now the high premium sound system, Sonos Faber, is $3,220. That is a big set of options list when it comes to this Grecale Trofeo, but this is everything that comes standard. Now, I know with this lamination, probably not the easiest to see, but pause, zoom in, screenshot, do what you need to do, even check Maserati St. Petersburg's listing down in the description below for their website so you guys can get the full sticker breakdown, like the warranty information at 4 years, 50,000 miles, whichever comes first. But with that said, what do you guys think about the breakdown of this Grecale Trofeo? So with a price point of $141,835, what are we feeling about this Grecale Trofeo spec? Is it warranted for that price tag for what you get here today, which is basically a luxurious version of the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio? Drop those comments down below. Now, with that said, if you guys did enjoy the video today, well, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. But also make sure you guys check the links down in the description below for Maserati St. Petersburg website link. Give them a call, check out the inventory, let them know what you guys want, and pick up one of these cars so they don't sit on this pavement and they're in your driveway today. And make sure you guys also subscribe to the channel, but click the notification bell so you don't miss one video. And guys, we will see you in the next one. Peace.